Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-August 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card just to dip our toes in the energy for the beautiful Piscean people out there. I hope you're all doing fantastic, my friends. Let's see what's up, my guides. Talk to me about Pisces. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always very interesting. But let's get this first card out here. What do we got for Pisces, my guides? Talk to me. Oh, yeah, the first shuffle, it comes popping out, Pisces. That rarely happens. And we do have this Empress maternal figure showing up here, which I find very intriguing. I've been seeing a similar thing with the water signs this week. There's a link to maternal figures, and this could mean various things. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you'd like to please do me a favor, find the closest tarot deck in your vicinity, flip through it, and find the Ace of Cups, and use that Ace of Cups to slightly tap that like button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading we go. It would really help me out. Enough of the plugs, though. If you look at this lady, she's absolutely gorgeous. She is holding that baby. So this is a fertile type of energy of creation. So a lot of you could be in that mode where you're wanting to create. That's very common with Pisces. That's very common with water signs. That creative abundance, those juices could be flowing. I love it. But when I see this card, it also makes me think of blessings from spirit, blessings from Mother Nature. So a lot of good things could start rolling into your life, specifically new things. But this is a big card of tender love and care and nurturing. When I see this, it tells me that some of you Pisceans might just need a big old bear hug. And don't worry, I got you, my friends, if you need a hug. But I love this card. It's beautiful. We're going to put her down right there. And as I always say, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. But I love this maternal type of vibe we got going on. Let's get 3 cards in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. Shuffle it up. Let's see what's going on, my guides and spirit team. Talk to me about Pisces. So, last week's reading, it was titled A Shocking Ending. So hopefully none of you have had a recent shocking ending. And I do believe I titled it that. There was like towers and 10 of swords. It was pretty rough, okay? And I always say I'm a Pisces rising myself. The reading did kind of hit for me too. Like it did come to fruition. But you know, energy is always moving. It's never set in stone, so you only take it how it hits for you, okay? Never get nervous about the cards because it could represent other people in your life. Let's get these first 3 out here. What do we got for Pisces? We're going to hope for some optimism this week. Okay, we do have the Ace of Wands, so this fiery energy is sticking around. What do we got? I mean, I like when we start with an ace. That's never a bad thing. That could talk about a new cycle coming in. So if we had an ending in last week's, you had double aces, and both of them are the combustible kind, right? The fire, the air, the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. Pisces, this is going to be an interesting reading this week. It's going to be layered. Let's get one more for Pisces. Thank you. All right, yeah, we do have the Emperor here on the back end. Yeah, this feels okay at first glance, Pisces, and I don't want to get too carried away with myself because we have a lot going on here, but elementally this is all fire and air because obviously the Emperor represents Aries, so the combustible, fiery, explosive energy is still sticking around for Pisces, and that could be good or it could be rough, right? It could be good meaning motivation, but it could be rough meaning volatility, right? Anger, upset. Let's go through one by one. Position number 1, we have the Ace of Wands. All aces are opportunities, and you have a double dose of opportunities starting this reading off. Now, the Ace of Wands does speak about your motivation, your energy, your inner energy, what you're focusing it on. So this could be spirit saying like, hey, focus what you're using your energy on. Don't waste your energy on anything frivolous. Reassess that. But the Ace of Wands could be something that comes into your life that sets a fire within you. So I do like that. Last week's reading was dealing with endings of a cycles. This one is all about new ones beginning. Okay, and beginning with a bang, because as we move to the center, we have the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. Now, this is a big card of communication. So this could speak about conversations. This could speak about talks. This could speak about ideas. Sometimes when the Sword of Truth comes out, you might be analyzing something with a stern, serious mind. Okay, so this does have a little air of seriousness to it, but there could be things you're wanting to trim away. out of life, or you could be looking at things logically with this sword. I do like it, but just like I was saying, it could represent conversation. So we're really going to want to clarify these to try to pull more detail, especially since we have the double aces. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Emperor. You might be connected to a prominent Aries here when we have the Emperor. You might be on the cusp of Aries, right? Because we know Pisces is right before Aries or after, depending on how you look at the zodiac wheel. When I see the Emperor, it's the divine masculine counterpart to the Empress, right? So this guy gets a bit of a bad reputation sometimes. When I see the Emperor, I think of control. So maybe some of you are trying to get a situation under control. Maybe you're trying to control something within yourself. For another portion of you, it could represent an older male figure in your life. So whether it is a romantic link, whether it's a paternal link, because remember in the very beginning, we have this maternal energy. This is the paternal. Okay, so we have that yin-yang approach happening. Now, the bad thing with this Emperor, I don't want to use the word bad, but the inverse of the Emperor could be somebody that's a bit overbearing, could be someone that's a bit of a control freak as well, so hopefully you don't have any of those around. But when I see him, I think of big boss type of energy, like someone saying, no, I call the shots, I have the plans, I have the strategies, we're going to get this going, we're going to make it happen. So let's dive deeper on all this, Pisces. We're going to jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for the Pisceans, my guides. Talk to me. Yeah, this very fiery energy, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to go in on this Ace of Wands. And as always, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages off this spread that you want to give to Pisces, you could just drop it down in the comments. I don't mind. So why is this Ace of Wands here? Why is this Ace of Wands here for Pisces? Thank you. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Some more of this fire-air combination in here. Some of you might be a little nervous about what's to come, what's the next step. A little nervous about confidence as well, or some of you like lacking a little self-confidence about something. That's a big vibe I'm catching here. You're going to want to highlight your sleep, your rest, your relaxation, but with all this combustible volatile energy, you could be experiencing roller coasters of emotion. You could be experiencing roller coasters of motivation as well. Like one point, like, all right, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do it. Nothing's going to stop me. And then revert back like, oh, maybe I can't. Maybe I don't have what it takes. Maybe I should reassess this. It's a weird vibe I'm picking up here. So this could be Spirit asking you to try to find some sort of middle ground and have a bit of confidence in yourself when we have this Ace of Wands with the Nine of Swords. But for another portion of you, if you're on rough and rocky terms with somebody, this could be Spirit saying like, hey, this person's a nervous wreck, right? This person is wound tight. They're going through it. If you're watching it for those purposes, that's what this could represent. We're going to keep it moving. Don't be nervous about remaking yourself as well, okay? That's another vibe I'm picking up here. If a lot of you are at the beginning of some sort of new cycle in life, very early stages, you might have cold feet. We're going to keep moving. Let's see what's up with that Ace of Swords. What's going on with this Ace of Swords? Interesting stuff, my friends. Thank you. Cards are just flying for you. Yeah, Pisces, this is cutting through the fluff, cutting through illusion. We have the Moon card, which is the card that represents you. It could also represent a Cancerian. For a portion of you, yeah, you might just need to see something for what it is. Look at it logically. This is a big problem-solving type of energy, and I see you cutting through issues and problems with no issue at all, right? There's not a problem here. Now, aside from that, there could be somebody that is really wanting to talk to you, and it could be about a serious topic. So I will say this could be a serious talk that might need to happen. And when I see the Sword of Truth, if this card isn't representing you in the reading, which of course it does, it's a card of the unexpected. Okay, it's a card of mystery. So when we link it with the Sword of Truth, it's cutting through illusion. There could be things that come to light in this time. There could be revelations happening, like big revelations, where the truth becomes known. The truth comes out. So we have a lot of different things going on here, Pisces, but it literally could just be a serious topic talk that you might have. We're going to go in on this Emperor. Interesting. Or it could just be an unexpected talk, right? With somebody about something that you didn't see coming, right? It could just be an unexpected talk. Let's keep moving. Getting so many things here this week, Pisces. Seriously. You might have a very intriguing week ahead. Why is this Emperor here? Thank you. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. We have the sun right next to the moon underneath Aries. Everything's going to be fine. This is a win in the end. Okay, like with the best card in the whole entire tarot deck. Now, I do have to say this. The moon is surrounded by the sword of truth and the sun. Things coming to light, things being revealed. If you have any confusion in this time, everything will come to light here for sure. Now, some of you could be linked to Leo when the sun shows up. We are in Leo season. But when I see it underneath the Emperor, like now is the time to get your ducks in a row. If you have certain plans for the future, if you want to make plans for the future, now is the time to get control and step into that confidence, step into that big boss mode. Because remember, I said in the beginning here, I get someone that's doubting themselves. On this back end with the Emperor and the Sun, this is someone like not doubting whatsoever. So this feels good. This to me is a win in the end or some sort of payoff. Beautiful. But just know that the energy of revelation could absolutely be true here. With this Emperor and the Sun next to the Moon and the Ace of Swords, this is mixing together in a very intriguing way, Pisces. I do like this spread, though. I'm not feeling anything overly negative. But let's go through and do a quick recap. And yeah, all of this is fire and air except for the Moon. Of course, that's water. But this is just packed with fire and air, that explosive type of energy. Let's go through real quick, if you kindly look in the box before we get into the shadow card. Position number 1, we have the Ace of Wands with the Nine of Swords. Like I said, to me, it was initially someone being nervous about being able to remake themselves or capture this opportunity. You might have some emotional volatility in this time where it's like you're motivated, then you're not, then you think you could do something, then you can't. Make sure you're getting proper rest and relaxation too. For another portion of you, this could be someone you're connected to that is very nervous, very anxious, very much wound tight. Moving to the center, we have the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords with the Moon. Could be big opportunities coming your way for sure with all this ace action. But when I see this is cutting through illusion. This could be the energy of revelation, and it could be serious talks that need to be had, seeing things clearly. So whether it's somebody wanting to talk to you or you talk to somebody, like, let's clear this up. Let's clear the air about this. Moving to the back end, we have the Emperor with the Sun. Everything's going to be okay in the end. In Leo season right now might be the time for you to step into that big boss energy. Take control of whatever situations are going haywire. Enforce your control on it. It feels nice to me. But like I said, the big energy of revelation is showing up here, especially with all the fire, air, the explosive energy. And revelations aren't always a bad thing, but your mind may become very clear. If you have any confusion in this time, all the truth will come to the table and your mind will be clear. Please take a screenshot of that. And it could be just a huge win in the end. We're going to get you one shadow card here. And we're talking about bringing things to light. Let's take a look at the shadows. What's in the shadows for Pisces, my gods? Talk to me. What do we got? And yeah, we're using the Shadowland Tarot. I love using this deck for this purpose. Okay, it's awesome for doing shadow work. And it's good to look within every now and then. I like to end the readings with it. Let's get what's in the shadows for Pisces, whether it's old, whether it's new. And here's the Moon showing up in the shadows once again. This is the second time this week the Moon has been in the shadows for somebody. Once again, your power card here, Pisces, or that of a Cancerian. Intriguing. Okay, so this tells me, especially since it's a Pisces reading, that areas of self-confidence and self-worth are showing up in the shadows, because this is the card that represents you. Now, like I said, yes, it is a card that represents the unseen, the surprising, unexpected, and illusion. Sure, but in a Pisces reading, it holds extra significance, especially when it shows up twice, and we were already having themes about self-worth. So in this time, make sure you're not feeling crappy about yourself. Make sure you're not crapping on yourself in any sort of way. Try to gain your confidence back in some sort of way. Don't look at yourself in a bad light when the Moon shows up in the shadows. But it is also Spirit asking you not to do anything within the shadows as well. So Pisces, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of Dreams. It's one of my favorites. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments which tarot suit you think is the most positive, whether it's Cups, Pentacles, Swords, Wands. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As usual, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.